I want to show you two LinkedIn posts from the same person, same account, same week roughly, same month, both on leadership. Post 1, 93,000 impressions, 174 likes, 68 comments. Post 2, 833 impressions, 56 likes, 58 comments. Wildly different, same person, ContentIn user. Now, here's the question. Which post worked? If you said post 1 because bigger numbers, you're wrong. And by the end of the video, I'm going to show you exactly why, and it's going to change how you think about LinkedIn reach forever. I built ContentIn, a LinkedIn content tool with 250,000 posts through the platform. We track not just impressions and likes, but the signals that actually matter. Followers gained, profile views, saves, members reached. When I look at this data across thousands of accounts, the pattern I keep seeing is one I want to talk you through today. Because most people are optimizing LinkedIn for the wrong thing entirely. And today we're going to look at why high impressions can actually be a sign something went wrong, what the data behind the echo chamber problem actually looks like, and what this means for your content strategy going forward. Stick around. The case study I'm using is one of the most striking examples I've seen on the platform. Let's get into it. Quick aside, we have a free post optimizer. Link is down in the description. Just paste your post in and it'll tell you what's weak and what to improve. No account needed. Link is in the description. Right then, let me show you the full numbers. Again, same person, 3 posts, all in the same 2 weeks. First post, 93,350 impressions, 174 likes, 68 comments, 15 followers gained. Stellar post. Post B, 74,441 impressions, 287 likes, 75 comments, 19 saves, and 29 followers gained. Post C, 838 impressions, 56 likes, 58 comments, 13 followers gained. Now I want you to look at the last column, followers gained. Post A, 15 from more than 90,000 impressions. Post C, 13 from only 838 impressions. If I told you that you could run a post that reached 93,000 people and a post that reached 838 people, and both would gain you roughly the same number of real followers, your ICP, which one would you choose? Most people say the bigger number, but that instinct is exactly the problem, especially in the new world of the Brew 360 algo. Let's go a step deeper. Let's see at what made the difference here. And it comes down to one thing: who the content was written for. Post A was about a study that found 94% of senior executives who play team sports say it's shaped their leadership. Rugby stats, Gallup data, Deloitte research, universal leadership content. Every professional on LinkedIn can relate to this. It goes wide because the algorithm matches it to anyone who engages with leadership content, which is, a lot of people. And here's the problem. The 93,000 people who saw it weren't necessarily this person's buyers. They were other professionals who like reading about leadership, coaches, managers, students, people who will probably never become a client. Post C was completely different. It was about daily, weekly, monthly habits for digital visibility in regulated sectors, healthcare and financial services. If you don't work in a regulated sector or care about digital visibility strategy, this post means nothing to you. You scroll past it. But if you are a CEO or marketing director in healthcare or financial services, this is written exactly for you. You engage, you follow, you might reach out. Now guess who this person's ICP actually is? The latter. 838 people saw it, but they were the right 838 people. And this is exactly why we track followers gained and profile views separately from raw impressions in ContentIn. Impressions tell you how far it spread. The other numbers tell you who you reached. I'll put a link to the free trial in the description if you want to see this for your own posts. So here's what's happening at scale across LinkedIn right now. 360 Brew, LinkedIn's current algorithm, is an interest matching engine. It shows your content to people who engage with similar content. That's how it works. Which means if you've been posting generic leadership tips or motivational content or broad, here are 5 things I learned posts, the algorithm has matched you to the people who engaged with that kind of content. And here's the thing about those people. Most of them are often other content creators, coaches, consultants, or your peers rather than your ICP. They're not buyers, not your clients. The irony is, the more successful these posts look on the surface, the bigger this number, and the more they can be pulling you deeper into the wrong room. So you optimize for reach, the algorithm learns what drives your engagement, and it keeps showing you to more of those people, which are the wrong people. And that's the echo chamber. And it compounds in the wrong way over time. So, what should you be looking at instead of impressions? 3 numbers that actually tell you something useful. Followers gained per post. This is the clearest signal that someone found your content worth following you for. They want more. That means they are in the right room. Profile views generated, people who clicked through to learn more about you. They were curious enough about who you are to look. That's intent. Saves, someone found this worth coming back to. That's lasting value, not a scroll by reaction, and the strongest engagement signal we have currently on the platform. The ratio that matters is not impressions, it's how many of those 3 things you get relative to the impressions you're generating. So a post with 800 impressions and 13 followers gained is not a small post. It's a high quality post that found the right room. Let that sink in. Now here's what I actually think is going on with LinkedIn right now. Most people learned that bigger is better, more followers, more impressions, more reach. The platform trained us to optimize for those numbers because they are the ones that are visible. The platform trained us to optimize for those numbers because A, for the longest time, that's how the algorithm worked, and B, for the longest time, those numbers were the ones that are actually visible to us. But the game has shifted, and 360 Brew is a relevance engine. It rewards depth over breadth. And the founders who are going to win on LinkedIn over the next few years aren't the ones with the biggest audiences. They are the ones with the most specific audiences. 838 people who are genuinely interested in what you do will drive more business than 93,000 who aren't. That's not a comforting message if you've been chasing reach, but it is the right one. So, one thing to do today. Pull up your last 5 posts. Don't look at impressions. Look at followers gained. Look at profile views. Look at saves. And now ask yourself, were the people who engage with this actually your buyers? Or were they peers, creators, other professionals who will never become clients? The ratio is your audience quality score, and it's telling you something important. Next week, I'm going to show you exactly how to audit your LinkedIn audience in 10 minutes and give you a framework for diagnosing whether you are in the right room. Basically the 4-bucket model that tells you everything. And if you want to track this automatically, followers gained, profile views, saves, and what's actually working, that's exactly what ContentIn is built for. Free trial at ContentIn.io. I'll see you next week.